This person is counting the days to see you again. He's not just marking the calendar, he's waiting, like someone waiting for redemption. Every dawn is one step closer to something he never stopped, wanting, even though he never admitted it. While you sleep, this person is awake, thinking about how everything could be different. He feels a void that he tries to fill with distractions, but the truth is that he can't stop thinking about you. He might have even said that he needed space, but the reality is that he needs courage. Courage to face his own feelings and the impact you had on his life. He feels paralyzed between fear and desire, while everyone around him seems to move on. He remains trapped in a bubble of insecurities and regrets. And you know this because you've already felt when something isn't right, when his words didn't match his actions. You noticed the contradictions and felt the lack of clarity. You're not imagining things, you have this keen instinct that has told you repeatedly that this person is more than he appears to be. What he really feels is a whirl of emotions that he can't process. He holds an intense love that seems impossible to express, and this ensnares him in a vicious cycle of doubt and fear, making every gesture seem like a mistake in the making. Believe me, deep down he knows he was wrong to distance himself, but the idea of opening up to you again is terrifying. He hides, not just his feelings, but the pain of knowing that he let you go even though the last thing he wanted was to lose you. Meanwhile, you keep waiting for him to take some action. You watch social media, the little details that surround him, trying to find clues that he still cares. And what you see is not encouraging. He tries. Move forward, yes, but with every laugh in a bar, every superficial interaction, this emptiness becomes more evident. It's as if he's an actor on a stage, playing a role that doesn't match who he really is. And no matter how hard you've tried to move on with your life, this waiting continues, consuming a part of you. While you make plans, he is stagnant, narrating in his mind what it would be like if you were together. All those moments that you could have lived together, he imagines them in perfect scenarios but remains seated, unable to act. He knows he's wasting time. The brutal truth is that he's suffocating his own happiness because of pride and fear. What he hides is that you represent everything he longs for, but at the same time everything he fears. Fear of not being enough, fear of opening his heart, and that you might have already moved on. The idea that you might have found someone who doesn't have the same barriers as him haunts him. In the end, there's no magical solution. The situation is real and cruel. He can spend his days as if nothing is happening, but the truth is that he is fighting an invisible monster. He can't forget you. And you? You continue to wait, even without knowing if it's worth it. This waiting is painful, and you both know it. What could be and what has become burdens that each of you carries. He is counting the days until he sees you again. It's not just a number on the calendar. It's a ritual of waiting, like a prisoner counting the days until freedom. Every sunrise brings the hope that you will appear. While you sleep, this person is awake, thinking about all the moments you shared. He simply can't leave it behind. He misses you in a way he himself doesn't understand. It's not just longing, it's a visceral need. While pretending to be fine, laughing and hanging out with other people, his heart is still in your arms. He said he needed space, but the truth is he can't handle this feeling that consumes him. Every time he is in a new situation, he compares everyone to you. No one comes close to what he feels for you, and you know this because you can feel that presence when no one is looking. You've noticed how he hesitates when talking about relationships, or how he avoids asking about your love life. You felt it when he said goodbye to you, as if a part of him was breaking in the process. You're not imagining it. It's real. The instinct you had that night when everything seemed to be in perfect harmony was true. This person, behind the mask of indifference, is fighting against his own fear. He fears the vulnerability that would come from opening up to you again. What he really feels is a mixture of love and insecurity. He hides behind a facade of disinterest, but what stops him from acting is the fear of committing and failing. He doesn't understand that what he feels is something rare, a type of connection that doesn't happen often. Meanwhile, you are moving on with your life, but a part of you still waits for a sign from him. He is trapped in his own emotional traps, and each day that passes, the distance between you two only increases. He tries to move forward, but the silence is deafening. Watching you live, smile, thrive without him is a blow he doesn't know how to bear. He remembers every detail, every shared laugh, the glances you exchanged. His presence was a soundtrack for a while, And now he is absent, but never erased. He is paralyzed, typing messages he never sends, imagining your reaction, but erasing everything at the last moment. And the brutal truth is that he knows he won't find someone like you. Deeply regret the words you didn't say, and the opportunities you let slip away. He is aware of the passing time and the chances that slip away. And every day, the hardest question returns to his mind. What if he isn't waiting anymore? Meanwhile, you continue living your life, but the expectation of his return makes you question everything. You confuse your own loneliness with hope. What could have been if he had the courage? You wonder if it's worth waiting for someone who is so emotionally distant, even if physically they might be close. You already knew this. He is counting the days to see you again. It's not just another wait. It's almost a devotion. Each dawn is marked on the calendar as if it were a ritual for the redemption he so craves. While you sleep, this person revisits the memories they have of you, diving into every detail, every shared laugh. He misses you in a way he can't even admit to himself. He said he needed space, but the truth is he needed time to understand what you really mean to him. He feels lost, as if sailing in turbulent waters, not knowing whether to return or move forward. Every time he posts a photo or makes a new friendship, he tries to appear carefree, but deep down, he feels an unease he can't silence. And you know this because you have noticed when he looked at you with an intensity that seemed to say much more than words. You felt it when he made that joke only the two of you would understand, a flicker of connection that hurt because you were already in different worlds. You are not imagining it. Your instinct always captured those deep glances, even in moments when his mask seemed invisible. What this person truly feels is a mix of hope and fear. He loves you, but he can't even admit this to himself. He distances himself because he is afraid of his vulnerability, afraid of not being enough for you. The freedom he wanted, in fact, became a prison. The idea of losing you paralyzes him. This person hides behind smiles and trivial conversations, but deep down he is a broken man trying to piece himself together. Meanwhile, you continue living your life. You go out, have fun, but deep inside you keep a candle burning for this person. You still look at the messages, the conversations you had, and wonder if he thinks of you the way you think of him. The truth is, he is lost between what he feels and what he does. And you have already realized that the connection you had was unique, one of those that don't come around every day. And he knows he is being unfair. He knows you deserve better than this. That's why he can't respond to your attempts to move on. He distances himself, but always finds a way to stay close, even if silently. He watches your life, analyzes your every move, and with every smile on social media, his heart tightens. Every time you appear happy without him, it hurts him more than you can imagine. The reality is that he has already imagined both of you together in a fulfilled life. Yes, he has dreamed of common moments, of your everyday life, but how to turn a dream into reality. For him, it's a leap of faith he's ready to take but is temporarily unable. He fears waiting too long and ending up frustrated, but what you don't know is that he also fears giving up and discovering that you were the only one who truly understood him. You are waiting for a change, hoping that he will finally gather the courage to express everything he feels. And perhaps this hope is what keeps him trapped in a loop day after day, even as he fights against it. But as time passes, the truth is that he remains stagnant, battling his own demons. He counts the days on the calendar, marking off each dawn as if it were a step towards you. That person is there, alone with his thoughts, reliving moments he never stopped waiting for. While you sleep, that person wonders if what exists between you still has a chance. He doesn't just mark the days. He lives for this approaching reunion, even though deep down he knows it's an uncertain hope. He misses you every day, but never had the courage to admit it. The smiles you share in, memories, are lights that illuminate his path, but he hides them behind a facade of indifference. He said, everything was fine, that there was no room for you in his life, but that is a complete lie. What he really needs is a bit of courage to face the feelings he tried to bury. And you know this because you feel it when he thinks about you. You are not imagining it. Those moments when your heart races, when you realize he's interested in something you've done or said, are genuine. You two have a connection that goes beyond words, and he is aware of it, even if he refuses to admit it. This person truly wants to be with you, but fear is a monster that paralyzes him. He hides it under the guise of a busy life, surrounded by other people who cannot fill it. He experiments with new relationships, but nothing compares to what he had with you. He needs you more than you imagine, but insecurity prevents him from acting. Meanwhile, you continue to wait. Waiting for him to take action, to have the courage you know he has. You want him to realize what he's missing, but the wait can be exhausting. You know that. You also have your own fears. Fears that he will never stand up and fight for you. Fears that time will pass and take with it what could have been. The truth is that he feels you are special. He desires more than he can say. He has found himself reflecting on a future by your side, but insecurity makes him retreat. He distracts himself with other things, forces himself to forget his memories. But when night falls, loneliness screams, and he can't help but think of you again. He loses himself in fantasies of being with you again. He has imagined hugging you, hearing your laughter, sharing plans and dreams. But every time he tries to approach reality, he feels the weight of fear and doubt. So he pulls away, disguising his true intention with lame excuses. He knows it's unfair to you, but he can't find a way out. And you? You keep waiting for a message from him, a sign that what you had wasn't in vain. You check your phone, the message groups, hoping he has the courage to reach out. You also wonder if there is still a place for you in his life, but you remember the unspoken promises, the lost moments and what could have been. And deep down, you know he still thinks of you. This person knows you are unique. He has compared you to others, and none of them come close to the connection you shared. He is trapped in a cycle of regret and pride that prevents him from moving forward. Meanwhile, time flies, and the opportunity to recover slips through his fingers. He knows he is letting something precious go, and you know it too. But both of you remain in uncertainty, waiting for a miracle. This person wants you back, but fear keeps him paralyzed, watching everything from a distance. And the truth is, he should have done something earlier. But in this internal struggle, inaction has become his choice. He counts the days to see you again. Literally. He has the calendar in hand, marking the days as if waiting for a miracle. Each dawn brings the promise of one reunion, but what really grows is the anguish inside him. This person is obsessed with you. While you sleep, he examines every moment you spent together, reliving moments that left an impression on him. He misses you in a way he can't explain, but he hides it. He said everything was fine, that it was time to move on. He lied. What he really feels is a deep dread of not knowing how to deal with the connection that exists between you. You know this because you felt it when he looked into your eyes, and his attention seemed too intense to be casual. You noticed the genuineness in the little things he did. You felt the electricity in the air when you were together. You're not imagining it, it's real. What does he really feel? He is consumed by a desire that haunts him. He has a mix of anxiety and hope. The thing he hides is the fear that he's not enough for you. He sees himself in a cracked mirror, trying to convince himself that everything is fine, but the truth is, he fears you won't look at him the same way again. This person hides behind distractions and people who can't touch what you touched. He is surrounded yet deeply alone. Meanwhile, you continue living your life, waiting for a sign from him, for a message that never comes. You avoid turning on your phone, but hope persists. Every day is a reminder that something isn't complete. You know he is there, but he just doesn't seem to have the courage to approach. What's happening? He is losing himself in his doubts and insecurities while you wait. The brutal truth is that he is in a labyrinth of his own making. He has already imagined in detail what it would be like if you met again. But when? He thinks about taking action. Fear paralyzes him. He wanted to believe it was easier, to forget, but this person is trapped in the hope that you still feel something, and you already knew that. He feels suffocated by the memories, and even when he tries to move on, it's you who appears. Time keeps passing, and the chance of a twist diminishes. While you wait, he clings to every fragment of what you built, feeding the longing with the illusion that there might be a way back. And he's just getting further away because he doesn't know how to return, and you already knew that.